Up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Alright, guys. Am I live? Are you seeing me? Are you hearing me? Let me know, guys. I'm hoping like this week I'm not messing up the live stream, getting it going. So, hello? Can anybody see me and hear me? Yep. Okay, so we're all good. Hey guys, let me go back to the beginning comments. Let's see. Angry Trucker Bob, Time Surfing Alien, John Gregory, Joe R. Okay, he's walking a friend's dog. Six String Stanger. What's up, dude? Did you guys see Six String Stanger's review on the Monsoon a few days ago? He got a purple Monsoon. That was pretty cool. William, Hidden Booger, Mayhem, Mega Blaster, Paul, Tom, Soaking Gun, who else? JC Guitarist, what's up, dude? Lester! You still in there, Lester? Mitch, buddy. Hello, Jamie. Daniel Scott, Tom, Shane, Mega Blaster, Brian's Gate. Oh my goodness. Brian's Gate made it on time this time. Can you guys believe it? Usually he comes in like a half an hour after it's already over. I hope you took the day off just for this, Brian, because it's worth it. Colonel Corn, what's up, dude? Do they make anything other than purple Monsoons? New York Chokehold? Yeah, they had a whole bunch of blue ones, but they sold out, right? And there is a black one. And Leo's just waiting for Amazon to put them up. They've already been shipped. They've already been received. He says it's out of his control, and they're just waiting. He's just waiting for Amazon to put them up on the website. There's nothing he can do about it. So at some point, those black ones are going to be on there, and there's 60 of them. He said he made 60 of every color. Like 60 of the two purple colors, so 60 and 60. So 120 purple, 120 blue, because there's two blue colors, and then 60 of the matte black. What's up, guys? Mannequin Army, dude. Joe Christofferson. I haven't used the Geiger tuners myself, but I've only heard good things about the Geiger stuff. So I would assume that they're probably pretty good. No earthquakes this week, guys. No earthquakes. So yeah, we're all good here. Unless the big one suddenly hits like in mid live stream, and let's hope not for that, right? Yeah, let's hope not. Richard Dennis. You want that black and gold one, huh? Yeah, I mean, like I said, they've already been delivered to Amazon back in December. And there's nothing he can do. It's like in the hands of Amazon when they decide to put it up. It's almost like they don't put up the next color until the current one sells out. It seems like that's what they've been doing. So maybe once the current purple ones sell out, I think the only thing left after that is the black ones. Baptism in Blood. I'm not really sure when those headless guitars are going to be on Amazon. I didn't ask Leo specifically about that. Rod, a Leo Jaymz is your next guitar buy. Well, I hope it's a Monsoon, dude. Or a Tempest. But you know, I'm a little bit partial to the Monsoon, so yeah. And Shane says Leo is going all roasted maple on the necks, so you must have watched my NAMM show video, right? He said all roasted maple on all the necks, on all the guitars. That's what he said. I'm not sure if that's completely true, but I mean, that's what he said, so. And, I have seen some pictures, guys, or I've seen one or two pictures of the second generation of the Monsoon that he's got back at the factory in China, and I think that had a roasted maple neck on the back, not the fretboard. It still had the rosewood fretboard, I think. But I'm pretty sure it had the roasted maple neck, so, yeah. Let's see. Mitch, yeah, you got to get that review of your Blue Monsoon. I hope you like it. Mega Blaster, would I be upset? Of course I would. I don't want all my guitars falling off the wall and falling on the floor. I mean, you know, most important thing is that nobody gets hurt and everybody survives and my whole house doesn't fall down. But other than that, I definitely don't want my guitars falling down. And New York Chokehold wants to see the hurricane. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure when the hurricane's going to be coming out. I barely talked about that to him because I was too busy talking about other stuff to him. And Brian's Gate says, you need more info on the 2024 Bald Shredder guitar. Well, I have got that info for you, Brian's Gate, and I'll be giving it to you here in just a second. Smoking Gun? Okay, he doesn't like the reverse headstock. Well, you know, some people like them, some people don't. But, you know, I guess that's why you got the Tempest. The Tempest doesn't have the reverse headstock. It's not exactly the same guitar as the Monsoon, but maybe close enough. James Frank, we must be about the same age, close to the same age, because I was 11 or 12 when Pyromania came out. Maybe, I might have been 12. Yeah. So I would say we're pretty close to the same age, dude. Rock on. Jamie wants to know if I gave away any picks. Got my bag of Bald Shredder picks here. Yes, I did give away a few. Not as many as I was expecting. I thought I would get approached by like a lot more people this year than I did last April. And it really wasn't that many more. Maybe just a couple more, a few more. And some of the people I saw were the same people that I saw last year. And they remembered me and I remembered them. But I did meet a couple of new people, so that was pretty cool. Roasted maple tuning pegs? I don't recall saying that, Gus. Yeah, Matt, about the pickups. I have a couple of videos, I'm surprised you haven't seen them, on my channel about the cheap pickups that I've been buying on AliExpress. They're the Dawnless pickups. I did like a blind test in the first video, and then 2 weeks later I uploaded like which pickup was which to see if people could guess if it was a real Seymour Duncan or if it was the cheap pickup from AliExpress. Half the people guessed wrong. I have those cheap Dawnless pickups in tons of my guitars. And you can also buy like pickups from Floor or Fleor, F-L-E-O-R, on Amazon. Also, Music Lily sells really good pickups on Amazon. I recommend any of that stuff. Get some standing guitar cases, BS. Why would I want a standing guitar case? You mean in case of an earthquake or what? Shane West, did I think of a name? Yes, Shane, I did think of a name, but I'm not going to tell you guys what it is yet because I got to leave some stuff for a surprise. So, here's the news on the Bald Shredder guitars. All right, I'll just give you guys this news first, and then I'll tell you some more stuff about Leo Jaymz, some really interesting stuff about Fesley, and a little bit of IYB stuff. Okay, so, Wasted Dude is here. All right, cool. So you guys want to hear the news about the Bald Shredder guitar? I'm assuming you do, right? Let's see here. I do have a name for the brand, like the name that's going to go on the headstock. No, it is not BS guitars. It's not Bald Shredder guitars. It's not Bald anything. And it's not my name. It's not Richard James or James Guitars or anything like that. It's just I ended up making up a word that sounds really cool, I think, because I had a really hard time coming up with like a word, like a cool word for like a brand name, a logo that hasn't already been used. For like a hot minute, I was thinking, hey, what about Saber guitars? Because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I was thinking lightsaber. You know, so hey, Saber guitars. So I looked it up, I Googled it. Of course there's already a Saber guitar, so that was out. So anyway, I ended up coming up with the name I drew a headstock shape that I think looks really cool too. So I've got the headstock shape, I've got the name, I've got all the specs of that, exactly what the guitar is going to be. Okay, and the other big news is, guys, that I know I previously talked about maybe having IYV make the guitars, but it's not going to be IYV after this last week of being at the NAMM show and spending a lot of time with Leo Jaymz. It is decided that the guitars will be made by Leo Jaymz, okay? So that's the big news regarding that. And it'll be some point this year, but I can't really be more specific about it at this point, because we just barely talked about it last weekend. I have to send him a bunch of stuff via email, you know, and in China, as well as in Vietnam, they have like quite a long New Year holiday, like in January and February. So they'll be like, the factory workers take like a whole month off. So they're not working for like a month. So it's gonna have to be like after that, you know, in March, springtime, when we can really start like kind of working out the details and stuff. So I'm hoping, I'd be really happy if the guitars were like ready and I had them at some point in the summer. That would be cool. I'd be happy with that. So you guys are giving me all kinds of like possible names there in the chat. You know, Bleen Guitars, Slurpin' Dooster. Yeah, that's a pretty cool one, but no, that's not it. Yeah. Matt, I like the Alnico 5 pickups, but I also have ceramic pickups that sound fantastic. So I'm not really, you know, I'm not a pickup snob. I'm not a gear snob. Like, it's gotta cost a certain amount, or it's gotta be a certain type. If it's good, it's good. If it sounds good, it sounds good. I don't care what it's made of. I don't care where it comes from. I don't care how much it costs. All I care is is it good enough? And my motto about a lot of stuff is it just has to be good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect necessarily. It just has to be good enough. All right. So, let's see. Let's see. What about color? I talked about the color before, guys. It was like I think I mentioned it. It was going to be like a dark orange transparent finish over an alder body for the bald shredder guitar. Yeah. Why? They make fantastic stuff. So, yeah, you want me to talk about IYV a little bit? So, you know, I was at the NAMM show, right, guys? And I'm checking out the comments there, guys, so I'm trying to catch all the comments. So I was at the NAMM show. Of course, IYV was there. They had a booth, just like they did last year, and I'm not sure how many years they've been going. But I went there, and if you saw my video, you saw some video footage of all those guitars that IYV brought to NAMM. And those were like custom guitars. Those weren't like ordinary production models, so they had some really nice stuff there. So, guys, I left the NAMM show with this bad boy from IYV. Check it out. They gave this to me. This headless guitar. 24 fret, 2 humbucker, headless guitar. And look at the bridge. Really nice bridge design and quality and layout. I've only played this thing briefly, guys, when I got home with it on Saturday. I haven't done any setup or anything to it, so I'm not going to be shredding on this guitar tonight because I haven't set it up. But it is fantastic. And this was a custom job. This is like, it's not a production model that's on Amazon or eBay yet. That's what they told me. I'll be doing the review on this one in March because they're on holiday like the whole month of February. And they, you know, I said, when do you want me to put up the video for this? And they're like, well, it's better if you wait till March, because if I do a video about like, hey, here's another custom IYV guitar, and then people start emailing them asking about custom guitars, but there's nobody there to answer the email, it doesn't really make sense, right? So this will be up in March, okay? But yeah, really nice, man. Great neck on it. really like compact and lightweight. I mean, perfect for traveling if I need a traveling guitar. Really nice. So that one stays back here. You guys can see it, but not hear it. Not yet, anyway. Okay, RJ, I was just showing the headless guitar from IYV. That's the one I brought back from the NAMM show. I didn't buy it, they gave it to me. I mean, I'm a big supporter of IYV. I've done a lot for them, so yeah, they were happy to give me that guitar to do a review on. Actually, they gave me a choice of 5 guitars. They had 5 guitars lined up, and they're like, okay, choose one of these 5. They didn't let me choose out of all of them. I might have chosen a different one if they'd let me pick from the entire range of guitars they had there. But yeah, it was like this one, and then there was like a Flying V, and one of those like kind of big hollow body, red hollow body guitars, and I forget what the other 2 were. But this was the one that like kind of most appealed to me. So yeah. And the other IYV news, guys, is that today I just received delivered to my house, FedEx, I just received my custom order that I ordered from IYV. And no, I'm not going to show it to you guys, because I gotta leave some stuff for, like for surprise down the road. And I just got it. I barely got it out of the box and played it for like 2 seconds before the live stream, and it's sitting over there. I don't want to show it to you guys yet. But yeah, another custom guitar from IYV. And that one I bought. They didn't give it to me for free. I had to pay full price for that one. But totally worth it. Totally worth it. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all the IYV news. I'm going to give you guys some Fesley news. You know Fesley was at the NAMM show. Did you see the little video where I was at the Fesley booth? I mean, they had a very small booth. This is Fesley's first time at the NAMM show. You know, they're a pretty new company. They haven't, how long have they been around? Like a year and a half, maybe? I don't even think 2 years. So they went to the NAMM show this year. Very small booth, like way in the back of the room, like almost by the back wall. I felt kind of bad for them because I don't think they were getting a lot of traffic, because it was just such a, it wasn't a good location, unfortunately. But of course, they did get visitors, and I visited them several times, and I was talking with the 2 guys, Frank and Gary. That's the names of the 2 guys that were there from Fesley that came over from China. Great guys, super nice. I mean, just fantastic. We had a lot of really good chats. But I've got something really cool to tell you. Let me take a drink. RJ, no, they did not show pictures of my custom guitar in the Facebook group. And I know they do that. They're always showing pictures of like, here's our latest custom order. And I see those pictures too. But for whatever reason, they did not show pictures of my guitar. And they didn't do that the last time around either. And I didn't tell them not to show pictures of my guitar. I'm kind of glad that they didn't, because I want people to be surprised when I show it. But no, they didn't. Anyway, enough about IYV. Okay, so, well, the first thing about Fesley is that, they have a new model out. It's called the FDK 800. If you haven't seen it, it's on Amazon now. You can buy it. Mike over at Fulton Street Beats, he already did a review on the black one, if you want to check that out. I think his video came out yesterday. And what it is, it's basically like a dinky shape. And it's got a 2-point floating trim, not a Floyd Rose, but like the small one, the 2-point, and a humbucker and 2 single coils and a 24 fret neck, which is really cool. Really beautiful finishes. Those are out now. I've got a blue one arriving here on Friday. So I got the blue one, and hopefully I'll have the review video up for that Not this coming Monday, but hopefully the following Monday, because I don't even have the guitar yet, and I need to make the song and record and edit and all that stuff. So hopefully in about a week, a little under 2 weeks, I'll have that up. But that's not the big Fesley news. Oh no, that's not it. Time Surfing Alien says, what's right next to me? Well, that guitar, that one, that's my custom Burl guitar that I made myself. The one, if you recall, when I did the review, I said it was my favorite guitar now because it's so awesome. I might do a little playing on that. Mr. JW. Yeah, I'm very happy to get the word out on Fesley and other brands like that. You know, they're out of China, and you can find them on Amazon, eBay, whatever. And you know, you see those and you think, oh, it's just some cheap, crappy guitar. But in fact, a lot of them aren't. They might be cheap, but they aren't necessarily crappy, as I have found out and as you guys have found out. So, okay, all right. So the news on the Fesley. I keep saying I got some big exciting news on the Fesley. Well, here it is, guys. Jamie, you guessed it. Yeah, I'm collaborating with Fesley. So, you know, I saw them at NAMM, and I sat down with them, and I think what happened is they saw the huge success of the Monsoon. You see the Monsoon hanging on the wall back there. And I think they looked at that and they saw how much I pushed that guitar. And, you know, I said, hey, that's the guitar of the year, which that was my honest assessment because I absolutely love that guitar right there. Fantastic, especially for me because it's really spec'd out according to what I like. But anyway, guys, I think they saw that and they were like, maybe this guy does know what he's talking about. Maybe he does have good ideas. And they were kind of looking at me like, the Monsoon? Why? What about us? And I was like, guys? Hello, Robert. Thanks for jumping in, Robert. And anybody else I might have missed. So here's what happened, guys. When I reviewed the very first Fesley guitar, which was well over a year ago, you remember the original, and you can still buy it, it's still on Amazon, their original dinky, it has the humbucker and 2 single coils, and it was like $119 at the time that I reviewed it. So that guitar came out, and I was like, well, it's really cool, and it's got a lot of great stuff, and I sent them an email, and I said, hey, why don't you, take this, what you've done already, and I suggested some changes. I said, hey, how about 24 frets? And instead of like the kind of small or medium-sized frets you have on there, put on extra jumbo frets. And hey, what about 2 humbuckers and a hardtail bridge? Starting to sound like the Monsoon, right? Well, that suggestion just went, I don't know where it went, but it went, whoosh, and I never heard back about it, right? And so now here we are, and they're asking me like, hey, what about Fesley? And I'm like, dudes, I told you guys to make a guitar like that. And your response was nothing. I'm like, okay, so if you're serious now, you want to do something like this, then I'll give you some ideas. But I go, only if you're serious about it. Like, don't waste my time. If you guys really want to do this. And Gary, one of the 2 guys, he was like, no, we're listening. We're listening, and we want to name, or we want to make a great guitar according to, you tell us what to make, and we're going to make it. That's basically what I said. And, I started asking him, like, well, who's in charge over there? It's not like with Leo Jaymz, it's Leo, and he's right over there at the Leo Jaymz booth. He's the guy. I only have to tell him, and he says, yeah, I'm going to do it, and then that means he's going to do it because it's his company. But with Fesley, it's, there's not like one guy that's the owner. It's I don't know who owns Fesley. But Gary, who was at the NAMM show, he's pretty high up, I think, in the organization. And he assured me that, like, hey, we're gonna make this guitar. You tell us what you want on this guitar, and we're gonna get it done, and we're gonna make it. So, how many days ago did the NAMM show end? Today's Wednesday. The NAMM show ended on Sunday, right? And I believe they went home on Monday. They probably flew home on Monday. There's no way they flew home on Sunday because the NAMM show was still happening on Sunday. So they flew home on Monday, which is probably like a 20-hour flight, okay? And so now it's like 2 days later, Wednesday. Guess what I got in my email today from Fesley? Guess. They already sent me a photoshopped mock-up of the guitar that I told them that they should make. I mean, it looks like a real guitar. It looks like, I'm looking at the picture, is not a drawing, it's not a blueprint, it's like a Photoshop of an actual guitar. It looks like you're looking at a picture of a real guitar, and I'm going, holy cow, that was fast. When Gary said they were going to do this ASAP, and they were going to make it happen, he meant it. He meant it. Yes, it's a guitar, guys. It is a guitar, and I wish I could show you the picture, but I don't want to show you the picture because it's just a mock-up, and the guitar hasn't been produced yet, hasn't been made. It could end up changing, and I don't know at what point the guitar will be, you know, fully in production, and then it's going to be on Amazon. That could take months. Plus, they also said that, or according to Gary, that once they make like the prototype, they're going to send me the prototype so I can check it out and make sure that it's good. That's really encouraging and really cool. And what that tells me is that they're really motivated to make this guitar awesome. Let me just tell you guys, you know, at the NAMM show, I played the new guitars, the one that's on Amazon, the one that I'm going to review in a couple of weeks here, the FDK 800. I played it at the NAMM show. Good guitar, really nice. But if they do this new guitar with all the specs that I suggested, by far, it will be the best Fesley guitar out of the bunch so far. By far. I mean, it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. And if it's like right around the same price range of the current ones, which I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be, you know, just a little over 200 again, the same price that all the stuff is that I'm always looking at, it's going to be really cool. Okay? Really cool. So, Hillbilly Metal, 99 cents. Thanks, dude. I can get a big gulp tomorrow. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Let's see. What am I missing in the chat here, guys? Sorry if I'm missing any like crucial comments or questions. Hosnaguns wants to know if doing my YouTube channel is a full-time job. It would be if I lived in my car on the street, because that's about how much YouTube pays. No, it is not a full-time job. No way. I don't even know if I could pay like all my utilities in a month based on what I get from YouTube. So, guys, I don't do YouTube because I'm making a bunch of money. It's mostly I do it because I love doing it and I love the interaction with you guys, which is why I really love the live streams. I really love the comments on the videos, and I love it when people are happy with a review or they say they like the jam or whatever. And yeah, so I'm not really motivated by the money part, although I do, you know, enjoy getting a little extra money here and there, but definitely not a full-time job. I don't think I'm ever going to get to that point, guys, where I could like quit my job and just do YouTube full-time, because I'd have to have significantly more views than I do now, and I don't know when that'll happen. So, alrighty, what else we got going on here in the chat? I'm like your kung fu teacher. That's right, dude. Wax on, wax off. Anyway, I hope you guys appreciate the things that I'm doing. Jamie, thank you so much. Jamie, you totally rock. Like, by me talking to Leo and getting him to make the Monsoon, that guitar is then put into production and made so that you guys, now you've got this option to buy this guitar that's barely over $200 that's awesome. It's incredible. And it's only going to get better. I'm going to talk more about Leo Jaymz in a minute now. But like the Fesley, you know, this guitar that they're going to make because of me, if I didn't talk to him and say, you need to make this guitar with this, that guitar would never be made. And you guys wouldn't be able to buy it. Right? So it's not just benefiting me, it's really benefiting all you guys out there that want to get these like really good quality guitars at really affordable prices. There's no reason why a $200 and something guitar can't be fantastic. No reason. Like all the stuff they have in the guitars, like if I'm saying, well, just put in a different pickup, it doesn't cost any more money. Put bigger frets. That doesn't cost any more money. They can do all that. They just have to have somebody telling them that they need to do that. And then they know. And then maybe they'll do it. So Leo Jaymz did it. He's going to keep doing it. And now hopefully Fesley's going to do it. So they're the second company that's kind of like, hey, we need to listen to that bald fool. Yeah, so that's what's going on. All right, did I miss any questions? Are Fesley guitars made in the Fender factory? Mayhem. So, regarding that, I would say yes, they were. But the information that I just got from them this weekend at NAMM sounds like they're changing to a different factory. Okay, it's not a factory in China that's making Fender branded guitars. It's owned by the Fender Corporation. And they have a factory in China that makes Squier guitars, right? But the company is Fender. It doesn't mean they're making Fender guitars there. But anyway, they said they changed to the factory because they actually said that Fender factory, the quality control was not good enough. So they're switching to another factory that's even better. So who cares if it's owned by Fender or not? You just want the best place that's making the best guitars. And they're looking out for that. You know, they're like Leo Jaymz, they want to make the best stuff that they can at a good price, of course, but they want quality, they want good guitars, and they want to be around for a long time. I don't know if they charge extra for good fretwork. You know, that's just, I don't know if you're going to get exceptional fretwork on an import guitar that costs $200 and something bucks. I think us as purchasers, as guitar buyers, when you're spending in that range, 200 something, you need to be ready for the fact that the fretwork may or may not be great. May be perfect, may be less than perfect. It may need a fret level. You may need to polish the frets. That's just kind of the name of the game. Bill says you're guessing that the new Fesley is going to be a whole lot like the Monsoon. Might be kind of like the Monsoon, but it's not going to be exactly like the Monsoon because I didn't want to do an exact copy, so there will be some differences. There will be some differences, definitely. AJ, I use an old interface from Line 6 that I bought like 15 years ago. They don't even sell them anymore. If you want to buy an interface like for plugging your guitar into your computer and start doing recording and stuff, I know one that's really popular. It's like red. Somebody in the chat will be able to tell you what it is, like Focusrite or something like that. A lot of people use that one, so you might want to check that one out. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys right now, 2 yards is saying reverse headstock. On this new Fesley guitar, not a reverse headstock. And I did that on purpose because I didn't want it to look like, oh, it's just a copy of the Monsoon. That's not the only difference, but not a reverse headstock. And that's all I'm going to tell you. Don't try to get any more information out of me. Alrighty. Jamie just got a sweet Fender Mini Strat. Cool. Sweet guitar for a sweet girl. That's nice. Daniel just got a Chips and Strat off AliExpress. Good luck, dude. You know that stuff's hit and miss, so you never know. I've got a couple of AliExpress guitars. I have one here. I got it like a month ago. I just haven't had time to get around to doing the video on it. But at some point, you guys are going to see like 2 new AliExpress guitars in videos on my channel with a review, full review, everything. One of them I already got. The other one is on the way. Who knows when I'll get it. William, I have no idea where Dean guitars are made. No idea. That's probably something you could Google. 2 Yards says HSS. No! I am not a fan of the HSS. What do you need that pickup in the middle for? Nah. Yeah, Mega Blaster says he's afraid to buy anything from AliExpress. I've bought a ton of stuff from AliExpress. More parts and pickups than anything else, but I've done complete custom orders, and for the most part, they've turned out like pretty good. There have been some mess ups, not always perfect, but you know, that's the name of the game. Okay guys, so how about some Leo Jaymz news? Who wants to hear some cool Leo Jaymz news? You guys, when I tell you this Leo Jaymz stuff, you're going to be like, dude, no way! That's not fair! Alrighty. Chris, I don't use the tone knob. I don't use the tone... Do you ever adjust the tone knob? I never adjust the tone knob. That's why I never want a tone knob, because it's just, it's there and I never use it, so why bother having it? Okay, so, at the NAMM show, guys, hopefully, again, you saw my NAMM show video from Monday, and I had video of Leo showing a bunch of the guitars and talking about a bunch of the guitars that he had there on display. He had well over 20 guitars, I'm sure. I didn't count them, but I'm sure it's over 20. And, people are mad because of them being slaves or something? I don't know. Who's slaves? It's gonna change my mind, isn't it? Change your mind about what, dude? Okay, before I give you the exciting news, before I forget, I need to tell you guys something that I talked about with Leo, because this is just this commonly held misconception with certain people out there in the population. And that misconception is that everything in China, in the factories, including guitars, and here we're talking about guitars specifically, that these guitars are being made like by children and prisoners. Slave, right? Slave labor. Prisoners. They're locked in the factory. They're being held there at gunpoint making these guitars, and they don't have a choice. They can't even leave if they want to. And that's what's going on in China, right guys? No! Wrong, wrong, wrong. Where to begin on this? Last week, on Tuesday, before the NAMM show even started, I spent like 5 or 6 hours with Leo and his wife. I did a full interview with Leo, which will be coming up pretty soon on my channel. You'll see the interview. But anyway, not during the interview, but we went to dinner, and I was almost afraid to bring up this topic, because I thought, like, you know, it's like I don't want to insult them. I don't want to say like, hey, is this true? And look at me like this is ridiculous, you know. So anyway, I brought up the topic to them, and I was as careful as I could about it, and I said, a lot of people in America, mostly Republicans probably, there I said it, sorry, but I think that's a fact, always pushing this idea that everything in China is made by kids and prisoners, and it's slave labor, and it's horrible, horrible, horrible. And they looked at me like I had bugs crawling out of my eyes. They were like, what? They thought that was the most ridiculous thing they'd ever heard. Now, let me preface this. Let me back up. Before I brought up that topic, guys, before I even said anything about kids working in the factory, I was already thinking that. And I asked Leo a question. So guess what I asked him? I said, hey, Leo. First I asked him, how many people work at your factory? He has his own factory, guys. Him and his partner. They own the factory. So I said, how many people are working, later 2 yards, how many people are working at your factory? And he said 30. Okay, 30 people working at his factory. And then I asked him, how old is the youngest person that works at your factory? How old is the youngest person? And guess what he said? 29 years old. 29 years old. That's the youngest person. 29 years old. Okay? And then I brought up the topic about, some people believe, and I guess, it's not really important to say who believes it, but I see these comments in my videos, and other guitar YouTubers see the same comments. I see them all the time. I see them in my Chimu videos, I see them in my guitar reviews all the time about, don't buy stuff from China because it's slave labor, blah, 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 whatever. So I brought up this thing to them, and they said, it's absolutely not true. He can only speak for what's going on in his factory. The youngest person working there is 29. He said that, in order to work, to get a job, like a paying job, work for a company, you have to have an ID card. And the ID card has to show that you're an adult and you're not still in school. And if you hire somebody that's underage, okay, if you hire somebody that's underage, they can get fined and they can get in trouble. They can get in a lot of trouble. So he doesn't hire any underage people. He doesn't have any underage people working there, guys. So anyway, that's just a point I wanted to make, that that's not something that we need to worry about with Leo Jaymz. I'm sure Fesley is the same. IYV is in Vietnam. I don't imagine they have kids working in the factory either. So just to let you know, guys, it was something I asked him about, and I just don't think that's going on. Okay, so we'll move on from that topic. I really try to keep politics out of my videos all the time, and it's not something I ever want to go into. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I don't care if you're a Democrat, I don't care if you're a Republican. To me, you guys are just guitar fans. And that's what we're here about. So everybody can believe whatever they want to believe. We all have free speech. It's totally cool with me. Just as long as we don't get into like the insults and putting people down, and it really doesn't need to be a political thing. It really doesn't. Okay? So that's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, I brought it up to let you guys know that it's not happening. That's why I brought it up. Alright, so what else about Leo Jaymz? Benny's Guitar Room. Yes, I did. You see that headless guitar in the back right there? That's from IYV. I got that from IYV at NAMM. Really cool guitar. Okay, so what else about Leo Jaymz, guys? Oh yeah, I was telling you guys about all the guitars that he had. Okay, so let's get back to guitars, and let's get really excited about guitars, and let's forget about all the other BS. Bald Shredder. Okay, let's just focus on the guitars, and we all love guitars, we all love music, and anyway, moving on. So guess what, guys? I have here in my house, you guys can't see them because they're all downstairs in the boxes, I have 18 Leo Jaymz guitars from the NAMM show. Did you hear me? 18. 18 guitars. I think he sold a few. He sold a few. But the ones that he wasn't able to sell at the show... Oh boy, hold on. Where is Mitch? Hey, it's not working, Mitch. I was going to try to do something, but it didn't work. Anyway, guys, yeah, I have 18 Leo Jaymz NAMM show guitars. So I'm planning for my next video, which will be on Monday, which I'll record on Sunday, to go through all 18 of those guitars in a video. Like, I'll probably only spend like 30 seconds to a minute on each guitar and just kind of give you guys a close-up view. Because, you know, you only saw them a little bit in the video, and the video quality from that NAMM show video wasn't great. The sound wasn't great. I apologize for the sound being, like, not that great. Because I was recording it with my cell phone. I didn't feel like carrying my big old, like, expensive, nice camera around with me. And I was just using, like, a little plug-in thing with a lapel mic, so the sound wasn't very good. But anyway, it is what it is. So I got those guitars, guys, and I'm going to be showing them to you in a video. Now, the reason I have them is because a lot of times when these guys have these guitars at the NAMM show, they don't want to have to ship them back because it's very expensive to ship them back to China. So what happens on the last day of the NAMM show, like on Sunday, say for instance, they get all these people coming to the booth going, hey, I'll give you $75 for that guitar, because they know they don't want to ship them back. And then the seller, so Leo in this case, they end up selling these guitars for way less than what they want to sell them for, and sometimes even losing money on the guitar, like not only not making a profit, but losing money. And, you know, that's not what he wanted to do. So he said to me, he's like, can I give these guitars to you? He's not giving them to me, but, you know, can you take these guitars so for number one, I don't have to ship them back to China and spend a bunch of money on shipping, and I don't have to sell them to all these people that are offering me like these ridiculously, you know, lowball prices. And I said, yeah, if anybody is offering you those prices on Sunday, on the last day, just tell them no. So no, the price is $200 or whatever you want to sell them for. And if they don't want to pay that, then no, I'll take them. So, I have 18 of the Leo Jaymz NAMM show guitars here. I'm not even sure which ones because I haven't looked in any of the boxes. I haven't had a chance to like open them up and check them out. I know I have some Monsoons, some Tempests, maybe a couple of Les Pauls, various stuff. My chat froze up on me, guys. I don't know if you guys are still leaving comments, but it's completely shut. Let me type something and see if that clears it up. Oh. I think it's working now. Okay. The Leo Jaymz interview will be up sometime in February. I can't tell you an exact date. Hey, it's Zim's Guitars! What's up, Dane? Hey guys, I might be popping into a live stream with Zim's Guitars coming up here in the very near future. So that'll be fun. Metalhead, what's up, dude? So, anyway, regarding the Leo Jaymz stuff, guys, what I told him I would do is, I said, I'll take those 18 guitars, and by the way, they barely fit in my car. You ever try to put 18 guitars in your car? It was a tight fit, but it worked. And, anyway, I said I would do like a video on it, but then I said I would sell the guitars for him, and then give him the money next time I see him, which will probably be next year at the NAMM show. So the point is, guys, after I do the video on Sunday, those guitars will be going up, not all at once, because I have to take pictures and then type in the description and all that. I've got to put that stuff up on eBay, little by little, or I might just sell them directly to you guys. If there's anything that you see that you're particularly interested in, when you see the video on Monday, and you're like, whoa, Green Monsoon, that's cool, I'd be interested in that. You could send me an email and ask me like, well, how much is that one going to be selling for? What would be the shipping? And that kind of stuff. And if you don't know my email, it is richardjamesguitar@gmail.com. Don't email yet. Don't email yet about them, guys, because I don't even know which ones are in the boxes. So wait until you see the video on Monday. And Gilbert says, Zim's Guitars is doing a shredding contest. Is it a contest or like a shred collab? Backwoods Productions. No, I'm not going to do any setup on the guitars because I don't have time to do that. Going through and like setting up 18 guitars, that's a lot of work. And, you know, I have a full-time job in addition to doing stuff on YouTube, so I just don't have time for that. So, but anyway, what's cool about the 18 guitars, guys, is that a lot of those were made specifically for the NAMM show. Like, they're custom one-offs. Like, he had 3 monsoons, and I think those 3 monsoons that he had there were like a color that it has not been for sale on Amazon. Like, there was a green one, there was one that was kind of a little bit purplish, but it was a burl top. And then he had some guitars with some really nice like Buckeye tops, like real wood tops, really nice looking stuff. So I can't wait to get those boxes open and check out and see what there is. Alright guys, so Zim's Guitars says he's having a he's doing a shred collab video. So all you guitar players out there, you might want to check out Zim's Guitars YouTube channel. I'm assuming he's got a video like announcing that or talking about it where you can get the information. Dane, is there like a cutoff date for people to get in on that shred collab? Okay guys, I got about 5 minutes left, and I haven't played my guitar yet. I should probably do that, right? And this is the guitar that I planned on playing. Let me know, guys, if you can hear the guitar. from my lesson video. How many of you guys have perfected that lick by now? You've had plenty of time to work on it. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that. I'm just about ready to wrap it up here, so anybody have any final questions or comments? I will try to catch any last questions or comments because I might have missed some stuff earlier. I know I didn't catch everything, so we got a few minutes here. Any final questions or comment? Anything you want me to comment on, or you have a question? Benny, no, I do not have a tutorial on pinch harmonics. I mean, I don't really think you need a video on that. You pretty much just, pinch the string. I guess that's something you could work on. Joe R. Hey, Joe, are you the Joe R. that I met at the NAMM show? I think that's you. I met a Joe R. at the NAMM show. Why is the sky blue? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, dude. Why isn't it green? Or red or orange? Well, sometimes it is. Not green, though. Hello, Isis. Thank you for staying up. Thank you, Denny. Metalhead, yes, of course, I still have a connection with IYV. You see that headless guitar right there? They just gave that to me at the NAMM show. And I just got a custom guitar from them. Just got delivered today, as a matter of fact. I talked about that earlier. Any other questions, guys? Anything else you're dying to know? Thanks, Wasted Dude. I appreciate that. Oh, Fulton Street Beats coming in right at the last minute. What's up, Mike? Hey, Mike, I already told everybody to go check out your Fesley review of the FDK 800. Don't forget to check that out, guys. My favorite thing that I saw at the show. I don't know if I have one particular favorite thing. I don't know. Nothing's really like jumping to mind, actually. Oh, maybe the new Vandenberg guitars by Peavey. Like they reissued the Vandenberg guitar. That looked really cool. Hillbilly Metal. Thanks, dude. Joe, that wasn't you, huh? Because I met another guy at the NAMM show, and I gave him one of my guitar picks, and his name was Joe, and his last name started with an R, and I thought maybe it was you. But I guess it was a different Joe R. Okay. Andrew, the Cream guitars. I didn't really look too much at the Cream guitars because they've been there the last 2 years in a row, and I looked at them like 2 years ago, and yeah, they were cool, but it just kind of looks like the same stuff, and I have no idea what's going on with them because 2 years later, I still don't see their guitars for sale anywhere, so yeah, I don't know. Did I see the Schecters? You know what? I didn't see the Schecters. I must not have looked in the right place. I don't know where the Schecters were, because I didn't see them. I'm assuming they weren't in like the big room. Maybe they were on like the second floor or something. I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest, guys. Probably the most enjoyable thing for me was just hanging out at the Leo Jaymz booth. That's where I ran into Guitar Max, and we had a long chat about a bunch of stuff, and yeah, it was cool. Anything else, guys? Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for this week. And we will be back again next week, next Wednesday, for another live chat. And we'll see what's going on next Wednesday. And don't forget guys, on Monday, my video on Monday should be the video on Monday. I'll be showing you those, be giving you a close-up look at those 18 Leo Jaymz NAMM show guitars that I've got right here. 18 of them. So be on the lookout for that on Monday. Joe, he was definitely not 6'2". I think he was shorter than me, so it wasn't you. Fisticuffer, thanks dude. Hillbilly, thanks. Wasted. Mitch, have a good night. So I would be interested in one of those Buckeye tops. Alright, Andrew, well, be on the lookout for that video on Monday. And if you see something that really catches your eye and you're interested in it, send me an email. And I'll give you, like, you know, as far as a price or whatever. William, good night. Box. No, I mean 18 box, not 17. Mega Blaster. Yeah, I'm sure that, I didn't even look at the price on the Vandenberg guitar, but I'm sure it was crazy expensive, but it was nice. Mike, Leo is still waiting for Amazon to put those black ones up on Amazon. It's out of his hands. He's like, I can't do anything about it. I'm waiting for them to put it up there. Chris Hinkle, thanks dude. Ecto Cool, good night. My brother Timothy, good night. Curtis, good night everybody. Gilbert, good night. Marlon, good night. New York Chokehold and Shane, good night everybody. Daniel, good night. And Mercury, good night my brother. Curtis, I don't know if they're USA made. I would guess probably, but I can't say for certain. Later, guys. Alright, this is the Bald Shredder signing out in 3, 2, 1. Good night.